What is good? What is up, y'all? Today we are jumping in to continue the theme of this month, and that is we're jumping in, and I don't even know, I tripped over my words. I guess I got a little nervous. We're jumping into the theme of faith, what you're doing and the value that you can provide. Yesterday I spoke about how to find your value and the things that you need in order, or like questions that you should ask yourself in order to find the value that you have. This book right here is the book that I'm reading by Dr. Miles Monroe. And the reason why I like this book is because it kind of helped me put in check my flesh addictions, or the things that I want so bad. And in this book, this brother says something very profound. I actually highlighted a few parts. He said, our value and self-worth derive from who we are, not from what we have. We are of priceless worth to God, irregardless of any possessions we own. I want to say that again. Our value and self-worth derive from who we are, not from what we have. We are of priceless worth to God, irregardless of any possessions we own. The reason why that's so freaking important is because we live in a world today where people usually scan us from top to bottom and we immediately get judged. They look at our teeth, the possessions that we have, what car that person got, how big is their house, We don't really look at who that person is and what they contain in them that is equivalent to contributing to the world, if you dig what I'm saying. Like we're not looking at, okay, what does this person have that contributes to the world? What do they do for the world? If you judge somebody on what they do for the world and what they have that can be of great contribution to society, most of the time you'll find value in people, even in individuals who seem like they have absolutely nothing to offer. It's kind of magnificent, actually, when you really look at life from that scope. It just doesn't make sense to judge people on possessions alone, because possessions can be seized by life. When you focus on the right things and you have a steady course, right? And you're not just worried about the flashy stuff, like, yeah, I got this house, I got this car, I got the most girls, or if you're a lady, I speak to the most dudes, whatever. Or like, look at me, like my body is this. If you focus on things that have a time limit alone, and things that age like milk, not like wine, you're in trouble. So when you work on your value system and you continue to work on how you build yourself and how you can see the value in other people, like that's a skill, to be able to see value in other people and to not be focused on all the bubblegum BS and the things that really don't matter. That becomes exactly what God requires of you. And also, you kind of introduce that reality into people's lives when they come in contact with you. Like a real classic story that is always around, like a guy that looks like a bum, probably wearing sweatpants, some slippers or some regular shoes, a t-shirt, walks into a luxury car dealership and nobody pays him attention. And he ends up either being the owner or the individual who owns the most cars in that region, right? Which means after you really learn what value is and how to build it, how to cultivate that gold, you don't worry about what you look like because you know who you are and what you have. So work on that value in yourself. And also for my Black people, for my very, very, very strong people, my proud people, put the petty stuff down and make value your focus, and also coming together and building systematic things that can benefit your children's children. You know what I'm saying? Because from what I've heard and from what I've read in the Bible, which is also a financial book, which is kind of funny, there's this scripture. I'll get it for you right now. Boom. Proverbs 13, chapter 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. What I get from that is, if you actually was on your job and working your value, whatever your value may be, you're going to leave something that's going to be past your life. And let's say that you're living the average years, right? We're not living past 120 on average anymore. But let's say you make it to a cool 80. Your whatever you did lasted for your life. Let's say your children also live for 80 years. So that means that whatever you created lasted for a century. That's the requirement of God, people. God is saying, yo, whatever you make, it better last a century, because it needs to make it past that child that comes out of you and make it to the one that comes out of that child. What type of value are you creating? What things are you investing in? Are you investing in things that just look nice and things that are going to be gone tomorrow? I'm more so into like land. Like if I buy some land and I put that thing in a trust, or I put my name on it and say, I don't want this ever to be sold until all of my family members, even step cousins and married people and people that are blood related, are completely gone from the planet. It's never leaving the family. Nobody cares about your cars, because guess what? That car probably not going to run in 100 years. Most likely not. Those clothes, those sneakers, those shoes, those things that don't matter. So when you start to build your value, your vision also elevates to a godly level, and you're able to run through things that are just insignificant, but the things that you actually are supposed to have and that God actually gives you green light to keep, not just have, but to keep, your children's children are going to benefit from whatever you got. And I'm not saying don't have no cars and no things. Like, have a few collector's items and things that actually hold value, like paintings and stuff like that. And, assets, things that can increase in value as it gets older. Remember, not like milk. Don't age like milk. Age like wine. You know what I'm saying? And before we leave, I actually made a video today, but it's too dang good just to like put it out. I wanted to actually edit it and make it into a very good presented movie. I'll probably throw up a preview or something like that. It has to deal with accepting, loving oneself, and also being able to take all sides of you and make it whole, right? Y'all know I always come with that deep stuff, you know what I'm saying? But before you can heal, you have to be whole on the inside. And before you could even dominate the world around you, you got to master oneself. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah. Take it easy, and don't take it easy on your goals. Take it easy on yourself sometimes, because we can be hard on ourselves. Subscribe if you haven't liked and commented and, do all that good stuff. I'd really appreciate it. Well, actually, subscribe anyway, even if you don't like and comment and do all that good stuff. And I will be back with another video tomorrow. Stay blessed and less stressed.